What if you could make $10,000 a month all from your phone and laptop? By the end of this video, you'll know the only system in 2026 that actually works. It's simple, profitable, and built on customers who are already ready to buy. Here's why this works. We're not chasing some new trend that could disappear next year. The service I'm about to show you has been around forever. People will always need it. But what's new and what makes it so powerful is how you run it. Instead of scrubbing toilets yourself, you build an online business around it. You use digital tools to answer calls fast, manage bookings, and keep customers happy. And you use a virtual assistant to handle the day-to-day because the system is so simple that anybody can run it once it's set up. So you get the best of both worlds, a business that stood the test of time and the speed and scale of the internet to make it run like clockwork. I'm John Margulies, founder of Happy Home Helpers, a 7-figure remote house cleaning company, and I'm also a special consultant for Jobber, the leading software for home service businesses. I was featured several times on their podcast, and I was a keynote speaker at the 2025 Jobber Summit. If you're new to my channel, I always bring receipts. Here's my 1099 income statement from last year, and you can see that my business did $1,377,800.93 last year in 2024. And this year, coming to a close in 2025, I'm on track to hit 2 million. And this is all without me ever having to do any cleaning. When I first started, I worked like crazy, handling every role except the cleaning. Customer service, payroll, recruiting, scheduling, invoicing, all of it on top of my full-time job. So for the first 18 months, I was grinding nonstop and I almost felt like I was going to burn out. But that struggle forced me to figure out how to delegate and automate everything with systems and playbooks. That's how I scaled this business to 7 figures, by moving every process online so I could run it remotely, give my team access to handle the work from anywhere, and I cut my workload down to less than 45 minutes a day. And that's what everyone wants when they search for ways to make money online. But most people end up stuck in complicated side hustles, like Amazon FBA, TikTok Shop, dropshipping, crypto, affiliate marketing, being an influencer. The internet is full of options, but none of them deliver the stability they promise. The problem is simple. They're too crowded, too expensive, and most of the time super complicated. You try Amazon and suddenly you're stuck in sinking money into inventory that's sitting in a warehouse because you're competing with giant companies who rank higher and sell cheaper than you. You try dropshipping and then you run into slow shipping, angry customers, and tiny profits. Then you try digital products and you struggle to create a compelling offer. Then realize that you need a huge audience or a huge budget to make sales. So what happens? Most people burn through cash, get frustrated, and quit, convinced that making money online is a scam or only possible for people that get lucky. And that's why you need a business that's simple and built on something that people already pay for every single day. Everybody online wants the shiny thing. They chase crypto because it feels exciting. Then they chase Amazon stores because it looks big. Then they chase dropshipping because it sounds fast. But the problem with shiny things is that they also attract thousands of other people, which means the harder you chase, the more crowded it gets. So instead of running towards something that looks exciting, the smart move is to run towards something that looks boring, because boring usually means less competition and more money for you. For example, take Starbucks. Today it's a global brand, but in the 70s, it was just a tiny coffee shop selling beans in Seattle. Nothing glamorous. Or take trash. No kid dreams of owning a garbage company, but Wayne Huizenga, founder of Waste Management, he became a billionaire. He owns an NFL team, the Miami Dolphins. An NFL owner from picking up trash. And that's the thing. Trash isn't sexy, but everybody needs it picked up. It's the same thing with cleaning. Nobody brags to their friends about starting a cleaning business. It's not glamorous, but every single city in the world has families, busy professionals, and retirees who need their homes cleaned. Property managers need their rental properties cleaned before tenants move in. And what about Airbnb hosts? They need cleanings constantly every time a guest checks out. So while everyone else is chasing the flashy stuff online, the real money is in something boring, steady, and universal. And here's the best part. You don't even do the cleaning yourself. You set up a simple system where customers call you, you send the job to a cleaner, and then you keep the profit. It's like being the middle piece in a puzzle, connecting people who need cleaning with people who want the work. It might sound boring compared to the next big thing, but boring is what makes it work. Boring is what makes it predictable. And boring is what makes it one of the fastest ways to build a $10,000 per month business from your phone. So let's break down the system. You don't scrub toilets, you don't push a vacuum, and you sure as hell don't carry a mop. Instead, you build a system that makes your phone ring. Customers call you because they need their house cleaned. You answer the call, schedule the job, and pass it to a cleaner who wants the work. The customer pays you, you pay the cleaner, and you keep the profit in the middle. Let me show you how fast it adds up. Let's start with one cleaner working a normal 8-hour day. Your worker cleans 2 houses that day, 4 hours at each home, a total of 8 hours of cleaning. At $58 per hour times 8 hours, the customer pays you a total of $464 to have both houses cleaned. And you pay the cleaner $20 per hour times 8 hours of labor, which equals $160. So to figure out how much profit you make, take $460 that you got paid and subtract the $160 you paid to the cleaner. That leaves you with $304 in profit for the day off of one cleaner. Now imagine things are going smoothly with one cleaner and you want to grow your business. So you hire 2 more cleaners and now you're getting paid $1,392 per day. And you pay your cleaners $160 each, totaling $480. Now subtract that $480 from the $1,392 your customers paid you. That leaves you with $912 in profit per day. Now imagine you add 2 more cleaners, and now you have a total of 5 cleaners working normal 8-hour days. You're getting paid $23.20 per day, and you pay the 5 cleaners $160 each, totaling $800. Now subtract that $800 from the $23.20 your customers paid you, and that leaves you with $15.20 in profit per day. It's that simple. But why does it work so well? Because people will always need cleaning. Think about it. Families with kids, professionals with no time, retirees who can't do it themselves. And the real gold mine? Airbnb owners who need their places spotless before every guest checks in. All that demand never stops. So when you put yourself in the middle, you're not begging people to buy. You're not chasing customers who don't care. You're answering calls from people who are already looking for help. That's why I call it inbound, because they come to you. Now I know you might be thinking, John, but I don't know how to find cleaners. Or what if nobody calls me? Well, here's the truth. I had those fears too when I started. I didn't know how to find cleaners, and I didn't know if anybody would hire me. But I figured out a simple playbook to do both, and now, not only does my phone ring every day, my students are building the same systems in their cities and making thousands of dollars a month. Think of it like this. When you turn on a faucet, water comes out. Not because you created water, but because you connected the pipes the right way. That's all this business is. Connecting customers who need cleaning with cleaners who won't work. You're the faucet. The system is the pipes, and the water, that's the money flowing into your account. And here's why you should seriously consider this. It doesn't matter if you've never run a business before. It doesn't matter if you don't know marketing. I built this so simple that if you could answer a phone, follow a script, and send a text, you can run this business. But don't take that as me saying that it's effortless. You still have to learn the system. You still have to put the time in. And you still have to work hard just like I did. But here's the truth. It took me 18 months to figure it out. Why? Because I was guessing, and I was testing, and I was making mistakes. So it doesn't have to take you that long. Because now the playbooks exist. The systems are built. The scripts are written. That means you can avoid all that trial and error. And you can build a business that runs without your day-to-day involvement in as little as 6 months. And when you hear that first phone call come in, when you send your first cleaner on a job, when you get paid for solving someone's problem, that's when it hits you. This isn't just possible, it's real. And that's when you know that you could scale this as high as you want. Now let me tell you a really quick story. I remember the very first time my phone rang, and I like talking to people, but honestly, I was really nervous. And on the line was a woman whose cleaner hadn't showed up. She told me she needed her Airbnb cleaned before the next guest checked in at 4 p.m. I had no idea if I could pull it off. I didn't even know if I could get a cleaner there that fast or if the house would be ready by then. But then she said something that changed everything. Do you need my credit card now or after you finish? And that's when it hit me. This was real. People were really going to pay me up front. I said, yeah, I'll take it now and I'll get somewhere over there ASAP. And guess what? The cleaner finished just before the guests arrived. I made $160 on that one job. So I realized something huge. I didn't need anything special to offer to make money. I just needed to answer the phone and have cleaners available. That's when it all became real for me. And that's when I truly believe I could grow this business. We're talking about cleaning houses. This is really straightforward. And it didn't just work for me. One of my students felt like he was stuck in a cubicle he hated. But within 90 days of starting this system, Zubair was making enough money to think about leaving his job and consider a future he never thought possible.
He's really helped me develop my understanding, my knowledge on how to set up a company.
And then he sent me this awesome DM on Instagram. He said, me and my wife have started conversations we didn't think were possible before. It's so exciting, you're right. Based on the results, I can actually see a clearer and brighter future. Thanks, Sean. Those are the moments that mean everything to me. That's why I do what I do, and that's why I'm here on YouTube, trying to teach you how to do this. Another student was driving for Amazon delivering packages every day, but within 5 months, Eileen was making more money than her 9-to-5, and now does this full-time from home.
It's like you're like a bullet going straight into making money. First month, my revenue was $6,000.
And it's funny when I get these kind of text messages from my students. She sent me this text here saying that she was going to teach me some new processes. And Dale, who served in the Marines and was working private security, but now he does this full time. He just hit $62,000 in a single month.
I think that's the hardest part, or finding the perfect time. There is no perfect time to start a business. You just kind of have to do it. First month, we made about $4,200.
So this isn't just theory. It's not a one-time fluke. It's a system that works for normal people in normal cities. People just like you. Now let's zoom out for a second. Why does this system actually work? Because it's not built on hype. It's built on inbound demand. People are already searching for a cleaning service every single day. They go to Google, type in house cleaning near me, and they're ready to book. But most cleaning companies aren't very good at customer service. Sometimes they don't even answer the phone and you get voicemail. People want speedy and attentive service, so they just call someone else. That means that the business goes to the first person who picks up and makes the customer feel taken care of. So if you can simply show up, answer the phone, and follow a proven script, you'll get way more customers than the average company. Now, how do you get those calls coming in? Two simple things. The first one is a free Google Business profile that shows up when people search in your city. Last month, I got 75 free calls from people who found my business from searching Google. Setting it up takes 10 minutes, and again, it's totally free. You literally just go to Google, fill in your business's info, and bam! Now when people in your city search for cleaning, you show up. Google wants to send people to real businesses in their area, and when you add reviews to your profile, you rise even higher. That's why I got 75 free calls last month from people searching house cleaning near me. That's 75 customers looking to buy without me spending a dime on ads. And two, you need a small budget on Google Local Service Ads. It's a platform that doesn't require any ad creatives. It just puts your company at the top of the Google searches in your city. That's it. You don't need thousands of followers, you don't need to cold call strangers, and you don't need to go to networking events. You just need to be present when people are looking and give them an easy way to book. Think of it like fishing. Most people throw their line into empty water and then they hope. But this system drops your line into a pond where the fish are already biting, so the catch becomes easy. And trust me, here's the best part. Once you see this work even once, you'll never look at business the same way. When the phone rings, you book the job, send a cleaner, and get paid, you realize, I can do this. I can build this bigger. I can make this my income. That's when belief becomes real. And by now you see why this works. The operations are so simple anyone can follow them. Answering calls, sending texts, scheduling jobs. That's why it's so easy to hand off. And this is where virtual assistants come in. Maybe you've heard of the term, maybe you haven't. But a VA is just someone who works remotely, usually overseas, and they handle all kinds of daily tasks for you at a fraction of what it would cost here in the United States. But here's the key. The way we build these systems makes them so simple, you can hand them off to somebody in another country, and they can run the playbooks perfectly without you. For example, my VA in the Caribbean, she answers the phone when new customers call. She follows the script, books the job in her software, and then she assigns a cleaner to that job. And that all happens when I'm at the gym or when I'm out with my family. It's not complicated. It's just following a checklist. And that's why this works. Because once you have the playbooks, you don't need to be the one glued to the phone all day. Someone else can run it for you while you oversee everything from your laptop. That's the power here. This isn't just an online business. It's an online control center for an offline service that will always be in demand. Now, I don't have time in this video to break down every step. How to hire the right VAs, how to train them, how to hand off the playbooks, but I've already put all that together for you step by step. These are the same systems that took me to 7 figures and cut my workload to less than 45 minutes a day. Just imagine this. You wake up, check your phone, and see a full schedule of cleaning jobs already booked for the day. Customers are happy, cleaners are working, and money's flowing in, all while you're living life on your terms. That's what this system gives you. Income, control, and freedom. And it all starts with taking the first step today. If you're serious about starting a $10,000 a month business and you want to learn more, go to my website, johnmargulies.com, and you can access my trainings today. I'll see you in the next one.